Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten. I have another Trump-related reading for you guys today. Got a little new setup today, so I'm not going to be pulling the cards up close. I wish I could, I'm sorry. But, just in larger screen. But this reading is based on a suggestion from one of my Patreon supporters. Mia wanted to know about the Jeff Bezos story. She wanted to know, was Trump behind the leak with AMI or was it Saudi Arabia? What will come out of the FBI investigation? Will AMI lose their immunity deal with the Southern District of New York and be charged for extortion or criminal conduct? So this is what I got. I'm using the Wheel of the Year Tarot today and the La Vera Sibilla. And I tried to use my Sibilla and Divina to help me, but they didn't want to work with the reading today. None of it made sense. So this is the best that I can make of the story. Before I get started, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. And invite your friends to subscribe. Share my channel on your Facebook with your Facebook friends. Help me to reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. And if you like the channel and you want to support it, please join me on Patreon, or there is a donate button on the homepage. And your support is very much appreciated and needed. It keeps the channel alive. So thank you for everyone who has supported, and including your wonderful feedback. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. So, oh, and if you're wanting to try out Reiki or hypnotherapy, please contact me. My information is in the description box below. We can do it remotely or we can do it in person. All right, let's get started. The theme of the reading is the kind of stretching here. I'm in a weird position. I'll have to figure something else out later. But the theme of the reading, on the bottom of the deck, we had the male enemy clarified by the High Priestess. And you guys know that when I read in layers. So each section can represent someone, but it can also layer off into other meanings or other people. So this is just the theme of the reading here, but it kind of starts to, blend in with the rest of the reading. Past, present, future. This was laid a couple of days ago. I'm just now getting around to it. So some of this stuff has already happened. What else do I want to say? This line here, I believe, represents AMI. And this column here of tarot represents Jeff Bezos. And this column here represents any external influences. I didn't really designate anyone here, so it's just kind of like adding to the story that I've been given. So that being said, the theme of the reading is the male enemy. He is clarified by the High Priestess. And like I said, where I laid them on the board, it plays into the story. The first, the male enemy is a fierce enemy, right? I want to pick up my cards. It's hard to get out of my habit. The male enemy is a fierce enemy of another, but he uses mediators. He uses other people to accomplish his revenge. So he's not carrying out his revenge directly. So I do feel like this is representing MBS, but I also feel like it's representing Trump and Pecker as well. I feel like Bezos feels that MBS and Trump are behind this plot against him. And he's looking for confirmation of his suspicions. He's looking for the leaker of, his private information, which, it's been reported that it is Michael Sanchez. Although AMI never confirmed that, that's what's been reported as to date. And today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So as far as like Sanchez's brother, I feel like Bezos never really trusted him in the first place. Probably because he had some narrow beliefs, by the Hierophant here. Some narrow beliefs, and because of his affiliation with Trump. This also represents someone who has a very extreme ideology. This person didn't want Bezos to be with Sanchez, and I believe Sanchez is being represented by the High Priestess here. This person considers Bezos to be a rival, so there's where it layers into, it could be Pecker, a rival newspaper, even though they're not on the same level at all. A rival, MBS, a rival, a rival of wealth and power. So I do feel like it's representing different people. And whoever this is, I think all of these people could basically identify themselves as Bezos' sworn enemy. I'm also getting a vindictive X energy here. So maybe Sanchez's husband, ex-husband, or husband. I don't know if they're divorced yet. Could have supplied AMI with some information or pictures, or where they were going to be, so they could be photographed or videoed. Whoever this person is, they have a score. They feel they had a score to settle with Bezos, and they were watching and waiting for their chance, right? This card speaks of scandals, secrets, scandals, threats, and blackmail, with the threat of spreading vicious lies and malicious gossip. This person very much wants to see Bezos suffer. Remember, this is Bezos' line here. This person very much wants to see Bezos suffer and to hurt in some way. They're delighted by the news of his impending divorce. They're delighted by the news of this scandal being out there. With the High Priestess clarifying the enemy here, we know that she holds secrets. This is her book of secrets here. And the book can represent, a newspaper, the National Enquirer, secret information. So she holds secrets that she can reveal, and she can reveal those secrets to you if she chooses to, or she can keep them a secret. Through this book, through this paper, next to the Devil card, who in this deck is represented by a very illicit couple. They're in this passionate sexual embrace, and they can't help themselves, but they're bound together through passion, through desire, through greed, through some unhealthy association. Could be an addiction, could be sexual, You know, it's very extreme. So I feel next to the devil card, she's talking about an illicit affair, sexual affair, but also blackmail. This also, as a combination, talks about blackmail, as this card talks about blackmail. It says this is AMI's line. They're definitely guilty of blackmailing with this secret information. They received through gossip, paparazzi, Sanchez's brother, vindictive ex, or maybe even Sanchez herself. I'm going to say it. Because I'm feeling like I'm using my intuition here with this high priestess. And my gut is telling me she ain't so innocent next to this devil card here. Not as innocent as Bezos would like to believe or understands her to be. And I know that he desires her very much. There is like this obsessive desire, irresistible. And this is a woman that a man puts on a pedestal, a man's like ideal, unreachable, unattainable woman. So, and he's got her, right? But I know he desires her very much. And again, I feel like this high priestess also represents the inquirer itself and its dirty practices of using blackmail. So let's go to the Hierophant. This is AMI's line. Hierophant is clarified by the military card or the soldier. For me, the Hierophant always stands for a foreign power. If you look at the card, there's a man who's holding the hand of the Pope or the priest, and he's paying tribute to this power or this authority, or he's pleading for some sort of benevolence or mercy from this power or authority. And they could be doing this by misrepresenting a truth. Military in my past political readings has represented MBS, and he does have it looks turbanish like, and he has the long, Middle Eastern beard. So, and it also, this card can represent a despotic authoritarian. So I do feel that together, combined, there is some validity into Bezos' belief that MBS may have played a part in why AMI attacked him or targeted him or probed into him. We know that Bezos has released information that he feels that the Saudis played a role in the Inquirer's probe into him, and that perhaps that Pecker was trying to curry favor from the Saudis for money or for funding by causing this scandal or by causing this negativity to come to Bezos as payback. Six of Pentacles reversed, as payback for blasting MBS in the Washington Post, which is a paper that Bezos owns, in regards to the Khashoggi murder. The military can also represent an investigator or investigation, a private investigator. So since it's next to Bezos' card, I think, it's shared energy between both energies, AMI and Bezos. They both had investigations into one another. I feel both investigations were done on behalf of protecting another, indirectly to protect someone else. Not just themselves. This energy spies on, probes, inspects someone's movements, someone's clandestine activities, and it can represent unfaithfulness in a relationship due to a carnal attraction to another. So there you go. They were definitely following this guy for some time. But as a result of that, this is going to lead to legal trouble for AMI. As a result of this prying, as a result of this blackmail practice. What they were trying to achieve is being opposed by a fierce adversary, right? Their fierce adversary is Bezos. Because he's countering with his own investigation. He countered with his own investigation. This would be in the past. This stuff has already happened. So the cards are just confirming, right? They're just confirming our questions, right? So the energy, this energy spies and inspects someone's movements and activities, and it says that Bezos has become their fierce enemy and adversary by conducting his own investigation. It says that AMI was abusing their power, and that they meddled information. They used this meddled information to take advantage of Bezos, and it's clearly blackmail. So let's keep going side to side. I think it wants to read both ways, but I'm going to try to go this way, right? Even though this is now we're talking about Bezos, right? So we have a death clarified by Suspiri, which means hope. So Bezos brought the situation to an end. He cut off the life source, basically. He nipped that shit in the bud from the get-go, and he transformed a negative situation into a positive situation for himself by hiring his own private investigation into the situation to see if MBS was indeed at the heart of this vicious attack upon him. Suspiri says that this was the cause of some great anxiety for a woman involved, perhaps the wife of Bezos, but I also feel Sanchez is here as well. The arrow, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a crooked arrow that points to the source of the problem of this woman's anxiety or sorrow. And it points to this lovely naked woman here, represented by the star. When the star is upright, she's a lovely naked woman, someone who's, someone who is being their authentic self, and they're living their truth. But here, this is something that's, it's not clean, it's dirty, it could still be nakedness, but it's in a more explicit or illicit manner. It's that type of nudity, it's that type of sex. It could be a dirty woman. And this is the cause of this woman's distress or anxiety. So on a layer, it's the cause of the wife's anxiety. On a layer, it's the cause of Sanchez's anxiety because there's dirty pics out there on her, right? And this star reversed is the cause of or causes slander. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Spades, who's also known as the female enemy, causes slander, defamation, and this is basically, I'm reading this as revenge porn, and online bullying, right? And we know Trump has already, tweeted. Look, we have the tweet here. Trump has already tweeted about this scandal. So La Namika is telling me that someone doesn't want to be identified here. This is your known enemy, and this is an enemy that you don't know about, right? Someone does not want to be identified here. And they're trying to remain a mystery, this high priestess. They don't want to be known, I believe, as the leaker, because this is someone who attacks you with gossip and spreads lies, right? So they use their voice, they communicate. So this would be the leaker, and look at the water leaking out. So they don't want to be known as the leaker. So I guess it doesn't have to be a female. Could be representing a male as well. I'm not going to get into zodiac signs. You know, I think these readings get complicated enough as it is. So I'm going to stop doing that. It tells me this person is backstabbing Bezos. Is someone that he trusts and doesn't know. This is someone you suspect is your enemy, and you keep them at arm's length. This is someone that you don't suspect is your enemy. They wear a false mask, and they don't want to be identified. So that's where my instincts are kicking in. I'm like, is Lauren Sanchez somehow doing something? I mean, she's dating the richest guy in the world. So what else could she gain that would be better than that, right? If she's just after money. I don't know. Again, this is just my instincts kicking in, right? Because I don't want to believe that she would do that. But I'm getting that feeling. It says that the leaker is someone that Bezos does not suspect, and this person is backstabbing Bezos. They are wearing a mask and they don't want to be identified. She represents the threat. She can also represent, on another layer, the threat of Pecker to reveal the dirty pictures of him and Sanchez and the dirty words if his demands aren't met. This revelation is somehow a last straw or a line in the sand. You went too far. You went too far now. You went too far. That's just an energy I'm picking up, right? And it could be shared energy. This went too far, okay? So I'm also seeing on a deeper note in terms of Bezos' marriage. It's possible there might have been some hope they could have reconciled, because there's reconciliation here and this is hope. But here the hope is lost because of this scandal, because of this information, right? And so this was like the final line, the final straw. And no going back, right? So I feel like this causes tears and anxiety for the ex, but also for the mistress. Maybe because she feels, exposed, and that this would hurt her career as a journalist. I don't even know if she does that anymore. But I don't know if she ever wanted to do that in the future. She might be worried about this scandal. I mean, not if you're dating the richest guy in the world. Think short term, baby. Anyway. As far as the marriage goes, like I said, if there was any hope of restoring the marriage, this destroyed it. This killed it. So both Suspiri and the star mean a loss of hope. And the ship has sailed. The ship is sailing. She's sorrowful about the lost ship. Now this is past. This is past actions. Stuff has already happened. The ship has sailed and the love is now unrequited. The cards are basically saying also that AMI messed with the wrong one. They messed with the wrong one when they messed with Bezos, because now he's La Namica, right? and she's coming for you. He's coming at you with your own words. He's definitely on the attack, and he's going to come at you with lawsuits. This is to AMI, the cards are saying. He's going to come at you with lawsuits. He's going to come at you with your own words, revealing the truth about his own secret affair, right? And thus revealing the truth about AMI's extortion practices. So she can also be representing Trump and Pecker here, and their reaction to Bezos counter the way Bezos has decided to react to their blackmail. And notice I said Trump and Pecker. So I do think that Pecker did this on behalf of Trump, but there somehow is some sort of connection here to MBS as well. And Pecker wanting very much to keep something a secret, keeping some dirty practices, some dirty investments, a secret. So let's go down to the devil. We've got the devil clarified by reunion. And guys, I can barely see today. It's like I'm too far from everything, and I wear reading glasses, so I hope I'm pointing to the right cards. we got the devil clarified by reunion, and I further clarified these cards with the butterfly, but I'll get to that in a minute. I'll pull it up when I need to. This is a codependent relationship, one that's toxic and irresistible and motivated by greed and sex. Again, we could be talking layers. I mean, I do feel like Bezos really has the hots for Sanchez. Sexually, I think he thinks she's hot, irresistible, an unattainable woman. And when I clarified that, I got the butterfly. And this tells me that he might have been, though, secretly bouncing around, because this is a card of a flake, someone who's like, Papa is a rolling stone, you know, he's not committed. He's not staying committed. He's going from one lover to the next. So he might have been bouncing around between her and the ex, because this is reunion here. Her and he was separated from his wife for a while. I don't know if they're divorced yet. I think they just announced they're going to get divorced, but I don't think it's finalized. So he might have been bouncing around between the two, right? I think we're starting to discover a little motive of Lauren Sanchez. But I'm also thinking on another layer that this devil can be representing the toxic relationship between AMI and their unhealthy partners, right? Trump and the Saudis. AMI, what? Look at them, trying to get back in the good graces. Both of these cards are similar in their energy. If you look at them, trying to get back in the good graces of their partner, of this power, because there has been distance between them or separation, and now there's restlessness to get back together. Layers of meaning here. So maybe Bezos was trying to get back together with his wife, unbeknownst to Sanchez. But back to the Pecker and AMI story, I'm starting to believe that by fucking with Bezos, that was a solution to a problem that AMI was having, part of a quid pro quo with this power, either Trump or MBS or both. You help me and I'll help you. Six of Pentacles reversed. Next to the Devil, the High Priestess can mean an illicit affair, and it can also mean blackmail. And this card means blackmail. This card means unfaithfulness. So I'm definitely feeling like this is Sanchez, right? I'm feeling like this is the marriage, and so I'm kind of asking myself, did AMI kind of blackmail Sanchez? Lauren Sanchez? I mean, was she in some sort of compromised position where, I don't know. It's because there's money exchanges here. And money exchanges are making for strange bedfellows on all these levels. And there's a lot of people here with a lot of different motives. Okay, so this was blackmail, right? This was blackmail to an attempt to control Bezos, to get him to stop an investigation into the Inquirer, and also also like as a payback for something that you know another received, that you received. Okay. But just looking at the enemy, looking at the Hierophant, looking at the High Priestess, looking at the Devil all together, it just tells me that Bezos has some very, very powerful enemies who are plotting against him. This enemy has an open dislike for Bezos. And it could be more than one man, and it could also include a woman. And this person is guilty of prying and meddling into Bezos' private affairs. The private affairs of his sister. Because right now I'm looking at this guy, and he's looking like a Catholic priest to me, and then she's looking like a nun. So it was the brother, this, you know, Catholic priest. The nun is a sister. And this is the person who's guilty of prying and meddling. So it was Michael. I do believe the cards are confirming it was the brother who leaked. But I'm also feeling like this sister has secrets too, dark secrets. There's some sort of blackmailing going on. And there's some sort of quid pro quo going on. I don't feel Lauren Sanchez is innocent. The cards are telling me that this man here, if it's Michael Sanchez, he has an extremist point of view. He has a narrow vision and a narrow belief system that could also be MBS as well. This person doesn't want Bezos with Sanchez, and also took great pleasure in his divorce from his wife, and this scandal coming out. So we're layering again. So Trump also took pleasure. He tweeted about the scandal. He tweeted about the divorce recently. So he took pleasure in that. There's a lot of vindictiveness here. I thought that the ex that I saw here, maybe the ex of Sanchez, might have been involved. But now I'm starting to think that the ex is Sanchez herself. Because if Bezos is fleeting back and forth from her to the wife, then she's the vindictive ex. And she, you know, this person either has a narrow mind or they have a score to settle, or both. So on that layer, she's definitely could be involved here, which I don't think Bezos knows about. I don't think he knows, because she's mysterious. Her identity is hidden. Well, now you know. So she may have wanted this and taken pleasure in this because she wants him to divorce her so she can get in. Yeah. Motive. The enemy is a dangerous enemy because they utilize scandal and threats and pettiness and blackmail to take advantage. And there's a lot of greed here. There was a highly desirable material payout for this individual in the end, right? Pecker, he would get a lot of money from MBS if he did this. Curry favor with Trump, and potentially that could lead to a lot of money. Maybe Sanchez herself could marry the richest man in the world. The richest man on earth. And take from him. So looking at this high priestess again, I can't rule it out. She's got some dark secrets. I can't rule it out. I don't want to say that, but that's what the cards are telling me. Let's go to the Ace of Swords and Bambino to clarify. But before we do that, let's look at the reunion, because I don't think I looked at the reunion very closely. I said I thought it made reference to him Bezos fleeting back and forth to his wife and between Sanchez. But it's here to clarify the devil. And this card has a time frame of very shortly, which I don't know what that means. Is that a week? Is that 2 weeks? I mean, the Ace of Swords can be a week, right? A week to a month, maybe. I don't know. I'm not good with time frames, unless the card is a direct time frame. I'm not. And I only trust my Sibillas with time frames, really. But it does say very shortly, so expect it soon. There will be some new revelation coming out in this story, in this scandal. It may be a new legal development. This is Bezos' line. He may be, like I said, charging or suing AMI for extortion. AMI is going to have to legally address the situation. Again, so this could mean a lawsuit, Bezos suing AMI or Pecker for extortion. With Bambino here, there's some new start, some new beginning, confirms the two. Some new development, some new project. Normally I would say there may be a baby or some pregnancy here because we got a lot of pregnancy cards. But both women are past the childbearing age, I would think, so I'm not going to go there. But I do see a baby here. I mean, I don't know how it fits in, so I'm not going to go there. Bambino can talk about, in a legal situation, a not guilty plea. So if this is Bezos wanting to go after AMI for extortion, AMI fights that by saying they're not guilty. So there's definitely some legal battle going on, or that's going to go on. But it tells me, the cards are telling me that Bezos will eventually win. He has the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a victory. Bambino's also telling me there may be some new discovery or information. When it comes out, it's not going to be good news for the child president, or Trump, our child president who's 71 or 72. And it's not going to be good news for the rich, wealthy businessman, Pecker. maybe there would be some yield of information coming from an investigation that Bezos himself conducted that might be very interesting. If Bezos is starting a new company or a project, it has all the potential to be very, very successful. So I'm not sure I wouldn't say it's Amazon, because it says it's a new project or a new development. And so I guess it would be a good investment. Any of you people who know what Bezos might be starting, it's going to be an excellent investment. But wait a minute. The cards are saying that after some consideration, he may turn his back on. After some evaluation or consideration, he may turn his back and look elsewhere for some new development or a new start that has a lot of potential for success and pursue another path. And on another layer, promised money to the Inquirer from MBS. If there was promised money or money that's still supposed to, like a transaction still supposed to take place, I don't think it's going to get received. There's like a reneging here, reneging of a deal, getting cheated out of some money, or feeling cheated on. But this new start, this new development that has a lot of promise, it has potential to create jobs. But I ran out of battery juice, so hopefully you guys heard that. This new project of Bezos, it has potential to develop or create new jobs, but there's consideration to invest elsewhere. This businessman has evaluated and looked closely whether or not another businessman is looking closely into investments or dirty practices or dirty investments or dirty money dealings with a foreign agent. I'm feeling like Pecker is very irked about this. We're very angry, very upset. I feel like someone is fearful that their prosperity is fading away. They need investors, someone with big influential money, but they feel like their prosperity is fading away. It says here also that Sanchez was in this relationship or is in this relationship with this wealthy man, Bezos, for financial gain, and that she is actually she could be a cold calculating partner. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hate to say that, but I can't help it. I have my doubts about her integrity based on these cards. From the Ace of Swords to the Seven of Pentacles, there is a start and a new evaluation or investigation into a businessman's money or his taxes or his investments, his loans, his funding. And I'm seeing money laundering and even counterfeit money here. But I don't know how that fits in. But I do see it. I see revenge porn. I see money laundering and counterfeit money. Let's go down to the end of this reading, just kind of sum it up to the best of my ability. We've got Grand Constellation and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Sorry, Six of Pentacles reversed is clarified by Grand Constellation. And this is AMI's line. So AMI may want some extreme riches. But what they're going to get, I don't think they're going to get what they bargained for. The Six of Pentacles reverse is something that's unbalanced, an unbalanced give and take, and an unbalanced exchange, a raw deal. They may lose a lot more than they get in the end. If this was an effort to curry favor with the president or with MBS, I think they end up feeling cheated. I think that that's what it's saying. They don't get that favor. They don't get that money. This proves to be unlucky for them in the end. This lawsuit, this legal trouble is coming to them. And it's about extortion. Yes, it is. And I also feel like this is the card of being in serious debt. You're not able to pay your debts. You're not able to pay someone back. You're not able to make good on your promissory note, I guess, on your loan. So on a legal note, I do feel like that is kind of saying that the leniency that AMI was given, the immunity, will be lost. This is a financial loss. There's no support given anymore. So they lose their immunity, I do feel. And this is lucky, but this is lucky for Bezos, right? Because even though this hurt his wife, hurt his children, by having to admit this and by having to put this out there on himself, right? In the end, it proves lucky for him because he does get the answers. He's going to get the answers that he's looking for. That's what the cards are saying. He's going to get the answers. He's going to get the answers. He's going to get the truth, right? And having copped to the truth himself, and having pursued his own private investigation, he's basically showing his enemies, who's your daddy? He's saying, who's your daddy? I'm old Greg. I'm Jeff Bezos. You know, I'm your daddy. So you messed with the wrong one. You messed with the wrong one when you messed with him. As an outcome for Bezos, he's got Gran Signore clarifying the Four of Swords reverse. So Bezos, this is a wealthy man. This can also represent the president. This can also represent a prince. And I also see it representing Bezos. It's in his line, right? So Bezos is not going to leave this alone. He's not going to let it rest, Four of Swords reversed, until he gets the truth. He's going to get his victory. He's going to get his justice over his enemies. Like I said, you think you're my powerful enemy? Hello, have you met me? As for Sanchez, I feel like he continues to invest in their relationship, perhaps considering even taking it to another level. So I guess she ends up able to keep her secrets. The Four of Swords, however, tells me there's re-involvement. I just can't tell if it's with her or if it's with the wife. Since there's re-involvement in a relationship, I do think he's obsessed with Lauren Sanchez. But Bezos, even though he's a cheater, he actually comes out looking like the good guy at the end of this story. Because he's dealing with such, such ruthless individuals by comparison. And then finally, I'm not quite sure what this part means. It just says to me, Bezos can't walk away. I think it confirms that I think he's obsessed. It also confirms that Sanchez is more motivated by money than by love in this relationship. And there's some kind of investigation into a legacy of money. And it's like a royal investment, right? So that's the reading, guys. I hope it made sense to you. Hope I didn't take too long, but if I did, I did. You know, I may not be the reader for you because I like to take my time. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you get here, if you're enjoying my readings, please make sure to reach out and support from time to time. There's a donate button on my homepage. You can join me on Patreon as well. I'm going to be coming out with some healing videos that are just going to be just for my Patreon subscribers to benefit from. So make sure to join Patreon and keep an eye out for those. And thank you so much for subscribing, for leaving your wonderful feedback, and for sharing my channel with your friends and encouraging them to subscribe. I wish you all the best, and we'll see you in a couple days. Bye!